Okay, what's the name?
Freddy Ruiz, Judge.
Well, Freddy Ruiz.
Freddy Ruiz.
Yes. Mr. Ruiz, you're charged with racing on a highway. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Wait, did you catch that? The witness identifies the shooter, but the officer later admits they couldn't confirm if the suspect even had a weapon. That's a major gap. What do you think? Should someone face a charge this serious without solid evidence? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
October 15th, 2024, officers observed two motor vehicles traveling at a high rate of speed on the 3100 block of Blalock Road in Harris County, Texas. Officers observed both motor vehicles line up at a red light and both motor vehicles traveling at a high rate of speed side by side. Officers caught up with motor vehicles and initiated traffic stop. Officer made contact with the defendant. Defendant stated he was going home from work. The other driver swerved into his lane like he was attempting to strike the defendant's vehicle.
What?
And then the defendant decided to do the same thing to the other vehicle.
So they're like demolition derby?
That's kind of what it sounds like, Judge. And they both started traveling at a high rate of speed after that.
What does a high rate of speed mean?
¿Qué significa velocidad excesiva?
I'm going to check the offense report and see if we have the exact speed.
And he makes an admission that they're racing?
He makes the admission that he was doing the same thing to the other vehicle that the other vehicle did to him, where the other vehicle was attempting to hit him.
And do we have a co-defendant as well?
I don't see one listed, Judge.
Hey, Stephen, I'm going to bring him in 5 minutes.
That's fine. I just want to go check on they're still okay.
Percolating, No.
It doesn't look like the officer provided the exact speed that they got to in the office report or in the NIMS. He just says high rate.
Racing again? Other than the demolition derby?
So the officer observed them driving together, and then I believe he pulled the defendant over, and then had to call in a Spanish-speaking unit. And then so the defendant stated that he was traveling home from work, and just that the defendant swerved into his lane trying to strike his vehicle. Or sorry, not the defendant, the other driver swerved into his lane trying to strike his vehicle. And then the defendant decided to do the same thing.
I get it, and it could be a deadly conduct, but where's the racing? Read it again. Read it again. I mean, maybe I missed it, but
yeah. So. Yeah, the officers observed them traveling at a high rate of speed. Again, we don't know what speed. He watched them both line up at a red light and then going side by side at a high rate of speed. And that's what the officer...
See it like in a competitive manner,
right?
Then that's racing.
So that's what the officer observed, and then once he pulled the defendant over, that's where the officer learned that the other driver, according to the defendant, had tried to hit the defendant, and the defendant tried to hit him back.
So they're at a red light. They both take off at the same time at a high rate of speed.
Right, and the officer pulls over the defendant's car.
All right. Mr. Ruiz, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. This is the second time that we have an incident like this with you. So I am taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive at all. And you will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising you that you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, I will have a contempt of court hearing.
Judge Fleischer is not playing games. This is the moment the courtroom energy shifts. Not only is Ruiz losing his right to drive, but any slip-up will now mean jail time. No warnings, no leniency. Honestly, this kind of firm stance makes you wonder, should repeat.
I'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? Do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will be facing a lot of time in jail if you do. Heed my warning, because every time you come back, I'm going to pull your record to see if you're driving or not. You have a lawyer. They will take care of you. I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with them. And they will tell you when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You pick up a new case or start acting a fool in the free world, we will not give you any more PR bonds. Do you understand, Mr. Ruiz? Okay, all right.
Just quickly, this is the second time he's been.
He has a prior evading arrest in a motor vehicle, and now we have a racing case. I don't want him in a car. That's it,
Understand, Judge.
that way.
Just can you sign the bond conditions document?
Yeah, Ricardo. Ms. Hernandez,
Yes, Hernandez. How are you?
you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Please don't say it.
On August 18th, 2023, the defendant issued a check for $1,577 as a payment for vehicle registration. The bank returned the check saying that there were insufficient funds. Complaining witnesses provided a copy of the demand letter sent to the defendant, no response.
Got it. All right, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. You need a lawyer to represent you in this case. This is a theft by check, and it can have dire consequences on your, going forward. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm not going to put any conditions on your bond. Just be careful. Don't pick up any new cases. We'll just have you sign a reset and we'll get you out of here. When you come back, please have a lawyer. Okay? Please.
Hola, caballero, buenos días. Pase aquí, por favor. Son declaraciones, ¿cierto? Hágase aquí, hermanito. Venga, hermanito, buenos días. Parece aquí en el centro. Solamente mire los jueces.
Ruth is doing what?
Solamente mire el juez, perdón, y le contesta nada más en español, señores. ¿Cuál es su apellido? Martínez. ¿Martínez? ¿Y el tuyo? Gutiérrez. Gutiérrez.
And who's the other guy?
Para adelante. Just text me the number.
Where's Martinez?
I will. Martínez.
I don't see it.
You don't know the user story? Neither. Okay. Be glad. Is it under Martinez?
Page
Okay. Well, you can always call me for help. Professional, very. No.
All right, gentlemen, good morning.
Yes.
Both of you guys are charged with criminal offenses. Both of you guys have worked out agreements to take care of your cases today. I want you to understand both of you guys will now end up with convictions on your record. If you ever come into contact with police again and you have the smell of alcohol, you have the smell of dope, and they come into contact with you, they're going to look at your record. If you're in a car driving, they're going to see your intoxication case, and things will probably not go well. Both of you need to understand that from now on, each of you are now facing at least 30 days in jail. This is a theft.
Correct, Your Honor.
You are now charged, you're charged with theft. Didn't want to do anything else.
No quería hacer nada más en este caso. No, señor.
Understand that this theft is going to go on your record. It's an enhanceable offense. If you continue to pick up theft cases, they can charge you with a felony offense. And then you were looking at days instead of years. Do you understand? You are charged with boating while intoxicated. You ever get into a car, get pulled over, smell like alcohol, you will now be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail from now on. Both of you, if you do any kind of substantial time in jail and you're not here with permission in this country, you're going to get an ICE detainer. So don't act like a fool when you're out there so that this doesn't happen. It's not hard. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. Is this what you guys want to do?
Sí, tiene que hablar.
While
Sí,
intoxicated.
En su caso de embarcación o estar en una embarcación mientras intoxicado, ¿cómo se declara? Culpable. Guilty.
I will find you guilty, send you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive.
Maneje.
Otherwise, you will be right back in here and it will.
This part right here, it hits different. If you can't pay your fines, you're trading dollars for days behind bars. It's a harsh reality check on how our system works. Is this justice or punishment for being poor? The law is the law, but sometimes it bites harder. If your wallet's thin, what's your take on this system?
It's not going to go well.
Va a ir bien, señor.
Do you understand?
Yo, señor. Yes.
Charged with theft, you're facing up to 6 months in jail. You've worked out an agreement, 3 days in jail, credit for the 6 that you've done. Is this how you understand it?
6 que ya cumplió. ¿Eso lo puede hacer, señor?
How do you plead to this offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
No culpable. Guilty.
Is this from a Walmart?
Esto es un caso de Home Depot. De Home Depot.
Picture now resides in Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Anytime you walk into a Home Depot, your picture sits on a wall with everybody else who's been convicted of this offense. So just know, the minute you walk into a Home Depot, if they see you, they're going to call the cops. Do you understand? All right. I will find both of you guys guilty, send it to you the agreement. Good luck to both.
Atención, acuerdos señores. Pásale la izquierda.
So what does he do for a living? What do you do for a living?
¿A qué se dedica usted?
Roofing.
How much money do you make a month? Be honest, because you're talking to me in court.
Around 5,000.
You will be required to pay the fines and fees for the surcharges, sir. So if you don't pay it, you will go to jail. I will give you at least 2 years to pay this, so it'll cost you around 100 to 120 bucks a month. But understand, you now will owe quite a bit of money. If you fail to pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail.
Pasar un día en la cárcel de nuevo, señor.
Good luck.
Yo sé. Pase aquí a la izquierda, por favor.
Normal fee.
So 3,000?
Yeah, with a 2 years.
I think, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's another plea, Your Honor, for Ramiro.
Hey, that doesn't concern you there. I don't know why you're looking at it, man.
Yes, sir.
This is Jacob Romero.
Jacob Zachary Romero.
Mr. Romero, you're charged with terroristic threat on a public servant.
Yeah.
You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. What did you guys work out?
30 days, John.
Yes, 30 days, 7 days.
It's 30 days in jail. Credit for the 7 days that you've done. Mr. Romero, understand that this charge will go on your record. You'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization.
U.S. citizen. Not worried about getting deported. I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay. Understand, I still have to go through these and I have to tell you your warnings regardless. That you now need to understand that you're, if you continue with the same course of conduct, it's very possible to hit you with a felony charge. So once you get out of here, I'd be very careful. How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. I will send it to you to the agreement. Good luck to you, Mr. Romero.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think that Jay Kim is in the waiting room.